about the final Bucks game of the season. It was like the final game of the season for everybody this past Sunday. And right now, what's on is to determine who's going to be the seventh seed between Memphis and Golden State Warriors. Which right now, Warriors are up by 4 with 5:19 left in the fourth quarter. So there's still time if like Memphis like come back at it and you know to wherever. So we are going to talk about those two games that's going on. Besides that one, we got the Orlando and Atlanta that happened today for the seventh seed. So we're going to talk about a little bit of that as well. So I guess we're going to talk about this past Sunday's 140 or 133 win the Bucks over the Pistons. So yeah, this is crazy. Like this only like let's see, the only starter that played was like Cal Kuzma, and he only played for like the whole first quarter. And yeah, he went off. Then after that, the game ended up going like back and forth, both like Detroit and Malik Beasley. I played a little bit. Then I think he sat down in the third quarter. Then I don't know if he changed clothes, but I know he was done in the third quarter. So they only played him like in the second and third. So it's like, some of the teams like resting their stars, like getting ready for the playoff this Saturday. So we officially know now that this Saturday, game one between the Bucks and the Pacers. Of course, it'll be Indiana, but it'll be 12 noon Central Time. So perfect timing. But you know what? I ain't going nowhere, so why not? So let me start this pre-recorded version. So hopefully I don't have any more problems with this. So let me delete this video, delete this as well. And let's start recording. Hopefully, I don't have any problems since I had to do a lot of clearing out for this. So, just gonna give it a little bit of test, and we're just gonna go from there. So, okay, it finally worked. So, everybody that's watching, the pre-recorded episode. As I was telling the live, we're talking about Sunday's final game of the season for both Pistons and Bucks. Bucks did win the overtime, 140 to 133, and I had to rewatch the game Sunday night because I was in Chicago for C2E2. So I probably will post like a few photos of where I was at on that Sunday. So I will do that after I'm done here. So I get to see that and explain like other things that's going on. If y'all can hear by the sound of my voice, I am pretty ill, but I'm getting a little bit better. Just hopefully enough that I could get better for tomorrow. And plus, like I said, you hear the sound of my voice. Normally, I don't talk this low, except for when I'm sick or when it when I get up early in the morning. Only plants. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Welcome to the channel. If y'all gonna do me a favor and please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we can probably do more things like give away, do like contests and stuff like that, and also maybe do more content as well. So because of course we do wrestling, Milwaukee Bucks, comic book movies and TV news, and developments that's going on in Milwaukee. So we are going to talk about this past Sunday's Bucks game. Like I said, I didn't get the opportunity to talk about it because I was out and about. I was not in the state. I was in Chicago. So like I just told the live that I'm going to post some pictures up. And thanks, Calvin. Thanks for subscribing, and welcome to the channel. Um, like I said, I was out in Chicago and I was at the C2E2 Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. So that's what it's called. So I haven't been there in 3 years, and finally got the opportunity to go and just have fun with it. So like I said, I will post videos, not photos, remain just photos and stuff in a minute. Okay, it depends on the question. Hey Jake Ewan, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show, I should say. So, as I was explaining to you guys on live, as I'm talking to you guys that's pre-recorded, you know, only Kyle Kuzma was the only starter that played, and I think he played all 12 minutes and ended up have like a showing. So, I know Barrett's probably going to end up saying something like, "Okay, he only played a quarter and scored like that." So he's gonna make like some excuse about it. So we probably will do like a routine like you know Bears drinking game volume 5. So we'll probably will do that sometime this week. But yeah, there'll be a lot of videos be posted up this week. Talking about under the team they got like a special event that they're gonna show called Unbreakable. That will be this Thursday. So I'll try to put a video out tomorrow, talk about that. And plus, WrestleMania is around the corner and also Stand and Deliver. So all this big stuff is going on this weekend. So we will talk about that. But anyways, Pat Content really had a showing and people were like, what else? Let's see, Earth, Wind, and Fire or Isley Brothers. Oh crap. Wow. Both good music and wow, that's really hard to choose. I will admit that one. So you kind of got me stumped on this one. But if I really had to choose, I have to say the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like I said, I like the Isley Brothers, but I think I'm gonna go with Earth, Wind, and Fire for that choice. But anyway, like I was saying, Pat Content was kind of like scoring out of his mind, and especially like with overtime, he ended up having a career high, so that's something huge. Kuzma did good in the first quarter. Then other players finally played. They started Pete Nance as the starting center, and they finally used Tyler Smith. And it was funny that somebody was in the it was like in the Bucks Facebook page was like, what do we learn our lesson from, Tyler Smith and Pete Nance? And I kind of responded, it was like, Doc should have played him when Sims and Portis was out by trying to go this like little small rotation. But regardless of that, I know they still came up with wins, but still it would have been more of a relief for Giannis and Brooke just to have like another big man just play in that position, not just oh, they're not ready, and you never give them a attempt to try. So yeah, I apologize, and yeah, I think Doc at times just don't figure out the positions of players, which I guess one of his faults that it is. Like, he's a great basketball mind, but not that great of a coach, especially if you don't play your young players. So it's just like, what's going on? So this was like the ultimate test, and the showing like how the players did play. So I thought it was pretty cool, and thank God that they ended up having a excuse me, most of the players ended up having a good game. So I apologize for yarning. I am gonna after I'm done with this video editing, I am gonna like lay down and like I said, we're probably gonna end up posting more videos tomorrow. So watch out for that. Um, but anyway, so let's get to the quarter status because I can go on about this game all night. Because like I said, it's like proving to the bench, what we're in store for next season. Depends how far we go, but still, just prepare for next season because who knows what's going to happen with free agency and all that stuff. And I did do like a previous video, maybe like last week, talk about Bucks like future draft picks, and also Bucks you know free agency and stuff like that as well. And I throw my opinion on who should they keep and who they should get rid of. So well, I mainly didn't say like who should they get rid of. I was just mainly just saying like who should they actually try to keep. Like I said, I know Jericho Sims was one. Got like a running big that can defend and well, not that much on offense, but at least he can defend and give him like a great pass or whatever. He'll probably can like be like an inside scorer. So I know he just need a little bit of work, but it's not as bad as any like center we had in the past, like uh, Robin. Like first year that the Bucks had him, he was good, but then suddenly like yeah, he was just not that great. So I think he's going to end up retiring this season. But I think he wasn't on any teams this season, so we'll see. And I did mention something about Brooke, but I think they should. either if they keep him next season, either put him off, let him get off the bench, or don't sign him at all. Because we do got a couple of free agents that we got to worry about, and not about Kevin Porter Jr. He has a player option, so we'll see what they can do. And I think Jericho Sims they got bird rights too, so they'll be able to do something with that. But anyways, let's get to these quarter status. I, well, not counting overtime, but just in the four quarters. This was the least that Detroit has scored with 25 to the highest that the Bucks has scored 43. Then you got the second quarter. Detroit had a little bit of an edge, 30 to 28. Third quarter, looks like the highest that Detroit has scored 37 to the Bucks 27. Fourth quarter, you got Detroit 31, and you got the lowest that the Bucks has scored if you don't count on the overtime 25. Then overtime, and just the Bucks let them have it 17 to 10. So let's get to well, before we go on, if y'all see like the record that the final record of all this season, the Bucks were a game below last season, which they were 49 and 33, and it was like a game away from 50. So kind of like the same thing, they just went down a little bit. So I don't know what you can say about that. Maybe whose fault it was that they get to that position. Like, was it Doc's coaching, or was it terrible GM, or wherever you think it is? But like I said, I am still forward for the Chris Middleton, Kyle Kuzma trade, wherever people like it or not. So I'm just like in the points of like whatever. So they can kick rocks. Um, anyways, team status. We'll talk about the Pistons first. 51 to 107 with Marvel said that's 48% from the field, 22 to 59 with 37.3% from three, 9 to 14 with 64.3% from the free throw. Not even surprised, 14 offensive rebounds with 42 rebounds total. Um, Very good in assists with 35, steals 9, blocks 3, turnovers 13. So kind of like a little bit of balance in that one. So let's get to sorry, oh crap, team status for the Bucks. So apologize for my yarning. 58-86. Michael said that's 58.1% from the field. Not too bad. 3-point shooting, which is not too bad. 23 or 44 with 52.3% from three. Free throw shooting, not too bad. 17 to 22 with I would say that's 77.3% from the free throw. And you thinking they would have shot better with Giannis not playing. So kind of lost on that one. Still horrible with 6 offensive rebounds, which I said that they need to do better. And look, you got Tyler Smith like getting like 2 offensive rebounds. So Doc, you really gotta think, really. Total 38 rebounds, so we already know one of their issues is offensive rebounding, and also have a center that can rebound. 5 steals, 30 assists was still pretty good. 7 blocks, amazing, and yeah, they got to cut out with the turnovers with like a lot of players just making like bad decisions, especially like Andre Jackson Jr. with like the most with tied with the most with Jameer Boye with 5 turnovers. So that's something that they need to work on all season, like taking care of the ball and rebounding. I think like everything else overall, like what they got is okay, but they just need to really improve in rebounding and turnovers. Just really, and I think overall they end up being 11th in scoring and 11th in rebounds. I mean defense. I'm sorry, 11th in defense. So at least that was in the top 15. So let's get to Detroit's player status first. Oh, Jabari Harris did play for like at least 4 minutes. Tim Hardaway only played like 12. Jaden Duran only played 8. Marcus Sasser only with 43 minutes, but He had 18 points, two steals, 10 assists, so double double for him. One, yeah, one rebound, 3 of 3 from three, 1 of 6 from three, and 7 of 19 from the field. Oh, okay. Ronald Howard the second only played like 23 minutes. So I guess they try to rest like they only play a little bit of their starters. Just after that, they just rest them. Um, Simone Fournier, sorry if I got his name wrong. Had 15 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, all offensive. 101 from the free throw, 4 of 7 for three, and 5 of 9 from the field. Laney Walters third, had 18 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 assist, 6 rebounds, 6 of 16 from three, and 6 of 16 from the field. Paul Reed, one of the players that the Bucks should have grabbed before Pistons end up resigning him. We'll never get over that in a way, but still happy with Jericho Sims, but whatever. Um, Paul Reed with 8 points, 1 block, 5 assists, 6 rebounds with 2 offensive rebounds, and 4 of 6 from the field. Tolu Smith, I'm apologize if I get the name wrong. But I forgot to mention Simone Fournier got the highest plus minus for the Pistons with plus 15. Yep, he got the highest plus minus. But anyways, let's say Tolu Smith for 14 points, 8 rebounds, so near double double with 4 offensive rebounds, 2 of 3 from the free throw, and 6 of 9 from the field. Bobby Kentman with 15 points. Okay, he did foul out. 2 steals, 6 assists, 3 rebounds with 1 offensive rebounds. 1 of 2 from the free throw, 2 of 4 from three, and 6 of 8 from the field. Malik Beasley, like I said, he played like the second and some of the third quarter. Might as say led the team with 23 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 7 of 11 from three, and 8 of 14 from the field. He couldn't do that when he was with the Bucks. Like my God, just insane. Players that's supposed to be that good, then suddenly they play better for the other team. Just waste, just don't make no sense. Okay, I guess we talk about the Bucks. It's probably gonna be only 2 players from the bench that's gonna be really to talk about because they did have a short active bench. Because they did rest most of their players except for Kuzma. I didn't know Ryan Rollins did not play off a left shoulder, or unless they're just gonna rest his left shoulder, so we don't know what's going on. Oh wow, we got ourselves a game. Memphis 116, Golden State Warriors 117. Does Warriors have the ball? But I know somebody called timeout, but I'm not sure who. But anyways, uh, like I said, Pete Nance, they need to still using them. Maybe they have an opportunity, sign him to like a contract, or he's probably gonna still be a two-way player next season. From what it seems like he will be, I guess like those wait and see. Had 19 points, 2 blocks, which is amazing. Way better than Brook Lopez. 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 offensive rebounds, 5 of 9 from three, and 7 of 12 from the field. Kyle Kuzma had good numbers, played the whole first quarter. Yeah, and I had the highest plus minus of the team, so that's saying something. 22 points, only 1 turnover, um, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 1-1 from the free throw, 5 of 7 from three, and 8 of 10 from the field. So, oh yeah, he was in them. Now, no, Jared probably going to end up. Paragor's going to say something. Just lucky, just lucky. Anyways, Pat Connaughton with 43 points. Had a plus minus of +7. Only 2 turnovers. And Pete Nance, yeah, he had 4 turnovers. So apologize for not saying that. So like I said, Pat Connaughton had the game high 43 points. Only 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 5 assists, and 11 rebounds. So double double for Pat Connaughton. And we already know Pat Connaughton is a good like rebounder, but I'm thinking like he's taking a little bit care like when it comes to shots and stuff. So it's just like one of those things that happy to have. Um, yeah, 1 offensive rebound, 6 of 9 from the free throw, which is kind of crazy. 5 of 12 from three, which is a little bit overreacting, but I don't know. but 16 to 29 from the field, so that's pretty good. Jameer Boye, not bad for his like starting debut. 15 points, five turnovers, although that's a question. Two blocks for a guard. Wow. Two steals, seven assists, three rebounds, 4-6 from the free throw, 1 of 4 from three, and 5 of 10 from the field. AJ Green, just AJ Green. He didn't play that much either. I have plus high plus minus plus 16. And now we can talk about the bench. Um, some players, they've proven they're worthy, but only two players stood out. Tyler Smith, like everybody was going on the bat for it, saying you should play him, and Doc doesn't listen anyway. But anyways, 20 points, only two turnovers. Yeah, one block, one steal, four rebounds with two offensive rebounds, 4 of 4 from the free throw, 4 of 6 from three, and 6 of 9 from the field. So not too bad. Andre Jackson Jr. Like we said, Doc needs to play him more, and we don't understand why they don't. Anyways, he had 9 points, but the turnovers got to like calm down. He only had like five turnovers, four assists, three rebounds with one offensive rebounds, perfect 1-on-1 from three, and 4 of 6 from the field. Let's say once again, final score. Um, 133 Detroit, 140 Milwaukee, and the Bucks did win the season series against Detroit, 1-4-0. We can recap the games. Earlier, like I said, in mid-November, Bucks beat the Pistons at home, 120-127. Then early December, Bucks beat the Pistons again, 128-107. Then the game that happened on Friday, this past Friday, I should say, Bucks wins 125 to this is 119, and I know Giannis had that triple double at that game. Then the final game, of course, 133-40. So yikes, yeah, that's in the tear. So I guess we can talk about a little bit of these other games that's going on. Orlando is now going to be the official 7th seed, so Atlanta end up going to play. Well, Atlanta is going to end up playing the winner of Miami and Chicago tomorrow, so they can fight for the 8th seed, which that game will be on Friday. And right now, you see with like 5 seconds left, Memphis is down by three with Golden State Warriors. So this will be interesting. We end up getting overtime, so we'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, I guess if we can check out the, we'll look at the stats. We'll do that. So might as well have fun with it, right? Anyways, let's see. Giannis, yep. Overall, he was in second in scoring with a little over 30 points a game. Um, let's see. Okay, Brook Lopez ended up being in third with blocks, with almost 2 blocks a game. Um, we're not going to look at that, but we are going to look at scoring, and we're probably going to end up looking at rebounding, which we know that's one of the things that the Bucks really need help with. So let's look at scoring, and we can probably look at their numbers overall for the end of the season. So I guess that's something that we can talk about too. Okay, Giannis with of course second in scoring with over 30 points a game. 22.2% from three, which is not a surprise. And I hate when that happens. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, over 6 free throws made and 10 attempts free throw. Rebounds were nearly 12 rebounds a game, not too bad. Assists with 6.5, and I think that's a little bit higher than last year, I believe. With steals, I might say that's just one steal a game and one block a game. Damian Lillard ended up in overall with the top 10, so that's cool. Not sure. Hey, what's going on? Sorry. Let's see. Look at Damian Lillard's numbers. So to the top 10 scorers. Let's see, 25 points a game for Dame. 44.8% from the field. Might have said that's 45. Yeah, 45%. Um, Three pointers. Might have said that's 38%. And Golden State Warriors did beat Memphis, 116-121. So Memphis will face the 8 seed, whether that be the Kings or the Mavericks. So they gotta wait for the winner of that. Play them on Friday. Let's see. That was what I was looking at. Like 3.4 3 points made and 9 attempts. Ouch. Free throw. Let's see. Was he like? Okay, he's probably one of the top five in free throw shooting with 92.1%. So that's not too bad. 4.7, might have said 5 rebounds a game. Need to be a little bit higher in assists, at least like 8 assists a game. Got to do a little better than that next year. Like I said, 1.2 steals, not too bad. So they say he don't play defense, so he can at least get one steal a game. So for people that can't, that's saying that he's not playing defense, at least he's trying. Results with no steal. No, not depend on him on like getting block shots. So that's not even like a big deal. But I think everybody else. Let's see. So nobody else on the Bucks crashed the top 50. So let's see. Okay, you got Kuzma, 15 points a game. I think that's like field goal, attempts. I just lost him that fast. Where did he go? Okay, there you go. Number 63. I think that's what's that 3 point percentage. I think they said it was like 29.3. Let's say that's probably field goals with I would say that 44% from the field. Okay, I look at it wrong. Okay, 30% from three. Yeah, is that the case? Yeah, 30% from three. So a little bit better than he did last year when he played for the season with Pistons. Free throw wise, we know he needs a little bit of work on with 63.4%. I think that's 5% rebounds, I believe. So yeah, sorry. 5.7 rebounds. I think that's 2.3 steals. Oh, assists. So 2.3 assists. Then I think that's 0.6 steals and 0.3 blocks, I believe. Well, I saw. Let's see. Yeah, 0.3 blocks. So let's see. I think I ain't paying attention to any of the turnover ratio. So looks like he have 2.2 turnovers a game. So and I ain't look at Dames or Giannis. Dame with almost 3 turnovers a game, and I know Giannis is probably up there. Yep, 3 turnovers a game. So something that the team just like calm down on. So let's see if there's anybody in the top 100. Nope. Oh yeah, Brook is up there. Okay, he's number 82. Okay, so at least we got something up there. 13 points a game. 50%. Mother said that 51% from the field. 37% from the three. 82. Mother said that's 83% from free throws. Sadly, 5 rebounds. I think that's 1.8 assists. 0.6 steals. Not count on it. And 1.9 steals. Might have said that. No blocks. I'm sorry. That's nearly 2 blocks a game. And I think he got like about 1 turnover a game. A little bit over 1 turnover. So at least we have 4 that crack on the top 100. So let's look at the standings. We'll look at the standings just for fun. Then probably gonna look at the playoff bracket, so it may be updated. So we will look at the playoff bracket in a bit. Of course, y'all see is all set. Cleveland, Boston, New York, Indiana. Uh, of course, Milwaukee got the longest winning streak with 8. And might as well, end the season with 8 game winning streak, so get y'all more momentum. So that's good. Detroit, of course, in 6. So with the third and 6, Nick gonna play the Pistons, and Pacers and Bucks will play each other, like we said earlier, on Saturday. So that probably would be the first game of the official playoffs. So, you know, why not, right? Um, Orlando will, okay, officially will be the 7th seed, so they're gonna end up playing Boston. That's gonna be an interesting matchup. So Atlanta, Chicago, Miami gonna they just go and figure out who's gonna play what within the next few days. And we ain't gonna talk about the other teams that's already eliminated from playoff contention. And oh wow, so Jazz got the worst record in NBA, and Washington with the second worst with their win on that Sunday. Yeah. Um, Thunder, I would say that's the best record in NBA. Houston, then you got Lakers. I know the Lakers won their division, so Thunder won theirs, and I think was it like Oakland? Okay, yeah, Oklahoma, Houston, and Los Angeles all three won their divisions. Um, so from third and sixth, the Lakers. Oh, whoa, Minnesota did came back up. Okay, so Lakers and Timberwolves. So that's interesting. Then you got Nuggets and Clippers. That's an interesting matchup. And yeah, like from 3 to 5, they had like 50 wins and 32 losses. So that's interesting. It would have been something, Lakers and Clippers or something like that. What more can you do? Um, Warriors just won, so they're officially the 7th seed. They will play Houston. Um, Memphis and Sacramento and Dallas, they're probably going to end up, seeing who's going to be the 8th seed out of that one. And of course, the rest of the teams, Phoenix, Portland, San Antonio, New Orleans, and Utah get eliminated. So it could be a good thing that Utah will get like the first pick. So hopefully that's the case, so they can get like a franchise player. Because I know everybody's gonna go after Cooper Flag. So we'll see. Um, like I said, this is gonna be interesting in the off season. So I just can't wait till the playoffs from starting this coming on Saturday. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Try to do more live content almost every day. So live content, at least what you guys are watching on Twitch, please follow us on there. Or either WFSO or WFSO2. So, share the channel too. Let people know what we do on here. Have you guys on YouTube, pre-recorded or live, thank you for watching, and thanks for subscribe. Like I said, try and get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Hopefully we can get there. We can probably do like more prizes and stuff like that. So we're trying to do like, do a giveaway. So all the plans we got for next year. So hopefully we can get to 1,000 subscribers. Over 2,500 on videos and counting. So you get a chance, check them out. And Milwaukee Bucks, comic book movies and TV news. Also developments that's going on in Milwaukee. So all those kind of a little bit slow on that front. So check that out. Check out the website, wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com. Upcoming events in the Midwest. Also, events that we're at with wrestling. Also Bucks events and all that good stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Until the next video, you guys have a good one and see you later.